On today's show, Dallas Mavericks fall in overtime, but Cooper Flagg proves that he is exactly what we thought he is. Probably a top 50 player. Today's Locked On Mavs.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
I think that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog, Dwight Powell.
Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You're Locked On to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for 10 years. Thanks for being every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen each and every day. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. If you want to be right in the middle of the NFL action this season, visit FanDuel.com. Place your bets all season long. And joining me, as always, the postgame prodigy from the Great Slightly Biased YouTube channel, the Haymaker himself. What'd you see from the Mavs tonight, Slightly Biased?
I'm honestly almost in a let it ride. I don't want you to let it ride because we have to protect the sanctity of let it ride, and it has to be on wins. But
Can we let the flag fly?
We can let the flag.
Let the flag fly.
I really had to focus
now
on
we're done.
pronouncing there because I was worried. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously a tough loss for the Mavs. Some problems, but your superstar 18-year-old rookie just dropped 42 points. I mean, a lot to smile about.
That's true. We'll talk about how the Mavs finish this game. We'll talk about the brutalness to finish it. I want to talk about the offense because right now it's way better than the defense, even though the offense failed them at the end of this game. But that is completely flipped on its head. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Max Christie, Naji Marshall, PJ Washington, all kinds of stuff like that. But slightly, we got to start here. Cooper Flagg ties the Mavs franchise rookie record, 42 points, with Mark Aguirre. A lot of people, I think, would have assumed somebody else. 42 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, a steal. Did have 4 turnovers, 2 of them back-to-back early in the fourth quarter, which I think he learned from pretty quickly. But just an absolutely incredible game. You watch what he did in this game, and the Jazz didn't have Nurkic, didn't have Walker Kessler. So they basically didn't really have centers out there. They had Filipowski, but didn't really have centers. And so Cooper Flagg looks at it and says, if I beat my man off the dribble, all I have to do is go to the rim, and I can finish over anybody that's at the rim because I'm going to be almost as big or bigger than anybody that's going to come over and be a help defender. And he was great. His left hand was awesome. And just over and over and over, he drove and drove and drove and was able to get what he wanted. Only 1 of 4 from 3. He's not added that back to his game yet because that still seems to be a trouble spot for him. We've talked about that a lot. I think my theory is that the thumb is really bothering him when it comes to those kind of jumpers. But 20 free throw attempts, 15 of 20 from the line. He was just getting fouled all over the place. And there were times I thought he was going for the grift, going for I've just got to get a foul here because the Mavs didn't have any other offense that they could turn to at all. But man, he was just taking advantage of a Utah team that does foul a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he was 100% grifting at times, and it is what it is.
Right.
I've always been a believer that grifting is an offensive skill that good scorers possess because they know that they can't be guarded. They know that how difficult it is to guard them. So you get defenders out of position and, you draw contact and it's a part of the game. It is what it is. But, it stems from him just putting relentless pressure on the rim, him getting the ball. I have Walter Clayton Jr. on me. I have Keontae George on me. I've got, Bryce Sensabaugh on me, really whoever. I have a size advantage. I have a physicality advantage. I'm not wasting any time. I'm putting the ball on the floor and I'm driving. And then gets him to the free throw line. His finishing, I think, has to be, his finishing has reached a point. Yeah, I mean, yeah. His finishing reached a point where defenses hone in on it now and you're getting that, the help is coming and it's coming quick and it's coming hard. There was no way out of that one.
You start hanging out with Ben and Skin for 5 minutes and all of a sudden you go back on here.
That one was, there was no salvaging that. That's when I said it. But what I'm saying is the help, it's aggressive because it knows that you're a good finisher and that leads to more free throws on some of these contests. So, yeah, I mean,
keep talking about how good of a finisher he is.
I actually thought the 3 ball, he went 1 of 4. I like the fact he shot 4 and they looked comfortable actually.
Well, he's taking them in rhythm and he's taking them when they're wide open, when defenses go under screens or when, they double the roller or whatever. He was just all right, I got to take this. And that's the thing about Cooper Flagg. He makes the right play. He's going to make the best basketball decision. And right now, the best basketball decision for him is to not like force threes. And so he's definitely not doing that, but he's taking the ones that are given to him.
Man, 42 points is nuts. Most everybody
It is
18-year-old. Where else could we go? I think it's the youngest game ever, 40 points, obviously. The only 18-year-old to score 40 points. I was shocked by this. There wasn't a 40-point game by a rookie. I guess last year's rookie class, this makes sense, but since G.G. Jackson a couple years ago.
Wow.
Last game of the season.
The last rookie with 40 points was G.G. Jackson?
Nobody last year, which again, I guess kind of makes sense.
That was a weird Grizzlies team. Most 20-point games as a 18-year-old. He also got to 10. LeBron James had 14. Kobe had 4. Tracy McGrady had 2. Dwight Howard had 2. Jermaine O'Neal had 1. This was a 40-point game, but I even go back to that, just how consistent he's been with his scoring. It's not like this was just a random 40-point game and the rest has been like, 8, 7, all that. I mean, he's just been so consistent. And there was a moment where we talk about his driving and just his ability to finish. They put out Taylor Hendricks. They brought him off the bench, put him in the first quarter. And at the 3:55 mark, Flagg, ISO, Hendricks, and one drive. Like no screen, nothing. Just went right at him. And Hendricks is supposed to be like this defender. The Mavs were thinking about drafting him. Like we did a lot of draft profiles on him and talked about him as a defender. And he's coming back from that injury that was awful in Dallas. Possession right after that. Flagg, drive versus Hendricks again. Fouled. Immediately got like 2 fouls within like 30 seconds of each other. And that's a big, strong defender that should be able to stay in front of Flagg. And when you realize, okay, a big, strong defender that should be able to stay in front of him, 1, can't stay in front of him, and 2, can't like out muscle him, then this is a problem for your team. And Cooper Flagg is realizing, all right, I'm a problem. I can do what I want here. And man, we talked about it in the last game against the Nets. Like he's figuring out his game. Man, he totally did in this one.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's still. This is where after a game like tonight, I almost think to myself, "You're 18 years old. You've got the strength in the body of a young rookie in the NBA. Like we see this all the time. These guys, when you get to an NBA weight program and you're getting older, you're growing into your body. Like you're going to gain so much more muscle over the first few years of your career." And he just like bullies dudes. He's not really impacted much by contact and bumps. And he's been pretty good at finishing through physicality, finishing through contact, drawing contact. It just makes me wonder, what is this going to look like when he's 24 years old?
And this is the thing. You said this, and so I'll give you credit. Like he's a top 50 player in the NBA right now.
I think so. This is the worst he'll ever be.
Until he hits like 42 or 45.
But maybe by then
actually, you know what? By then, that's like 20 years from now. Like 2 years from now. Modern medicine may be so good by then that he may not age. Like we may fix this.
He might just have like an old man game where it's like, yeah, he's averaging 12 assists a game now. Like he's just like, he's just picking teams apart. But no, I mean like, it's just the way that he scores. I didn't think he'd be much of a scorer. I saw all these like preseason bets and stuff that was like, well, Coop averaged 20. And I was just like, I doubt it. Like, I really don't think that's going to be his game.
There was a FanDuel ad. Remember we were talking in the offseason? There was a FanDuel tab where it was like Cooper Flagg odds to score 40. And it was like plus 400 or like plus 500 or something like that. And we were like, I don't know if I would put money on that. And it happened. Whoever put money on that, like it happened. Yeah. In the first 3 months of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. Tim Cato, our good friend Tim Cato. Well, we know him.
We know him.
Yeah, we were aware of his presence. He tweeted this out, and it's so true. It's like I don't know what the ceiling. We comp Cooper Flagg to all of these guys. Realistically, he moves so much different. He's got like a way that he moves at his size that hasn't really been a thing much, and it's just like I don't know how you can put a ceiling on him.
Well, it's
at
like
all.
Well, it's like LeBron moved like that at that size, but he's just a different level of athlete than anyone maybe ever.
LeBron is.
I mean, that's kind of the ceiling where it's like that's the only other comparison you can make. We're talking about an 18-year-old that could do these things, that knows his game like this, that makes the right basketball play like this, doesn't make rookie mistakes, save for some random ones. And I think the mistakes he made in this game were fatigue related. I don't think that they were like 18-year-old mental mistake rookie mistakes.
And it was just some turnovers. Like, I'll throw. Are we about to go to a break?
Yeah.
All right, coming up, I'm going to defend Jason Kidd a little bit.
Not me defending him over the weekend and you defending him now. Talk about that. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook, all kinds of things to get you into the action if you want to get into it. We talked about the Cooper Flagg odds. They had those all off season. You could go check those out, and those were great. I've checked. They don't have the tab, but bring back the tab. Bring back the Cooper Flagg tab. All kinds of great things that you can go look at on FanDuel. They have an OKC tab. That actually makes me sad. With FanDuel, you can place bets as soon as the action unfolds. Every drive, every momentum swing, every highlight moment. They're pushing the NFL Sunday bets, so you can do them live during games. There's things like that you can do. Oh, man. Clippers, Grizzlies. What kind of live bets can I make right here? Cam Spencer to score 35-plus points. Maybe I need to go check the box score. That one is a fascinating one. If you want to be right in the middle of the action this season, visit FanDuel.com and place your NFL live bets all season. FanDuel, the game moves fast, and so can you.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad, listening every day. We appreciate each and every one of you for checking out the show. We have the text line if you want to be somebody that gets alerts and rumors sent straight to your phone, and also access to the Discord. Text Discord to that number in the QR code or the links in the description. We also have the Everydayers Club. You can get ad-free episodes of this show, also access to the Discord, a bunch of other stuff. There's like a Locked On podcast merch store, all kinds of things like that you can get access to. And so, go check out those links in the description. All right, Slightly. Over the weekend, I had a show where I was listening to Jason Kidd talk to Vince Carter. That was a really cool back and forth between those two guys. And Jason Kidd was talking about how he was playing Cooper Flagg at point guard at the beginning of the season because Vince Carter asked him about it. And Jason Kidd went into his whole thing about, hey, in the NBA and in life, there's success and there's failure. And some people would say that that was a failure. And I look at that and say that we set him up. And he said, if people disagree with that, then I'll take that blame or whatever. And I went and I said, man, I disagreed with it in the moment. I thought that there was so much pressure on the Mavericks in that moment, on Anthony Davis, on Jason Kidd, on Cooper Flagg himself, on the Mavericks just being good, and so much outside pressure. And Jason Kidd looked at all of it and said, you know what? I don't care. I want to know if Cooper Flagg can play the point guard and what he's capable of. And so I'm going to do this. And he went and did that. And man, he gained enough information to see what Cooper Flagg is capable of. And now we may be reaping the benefits of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fans, we're just so emotional and reactionary and in the moment.
No.
And I think part of it too is it's like, if Coop did, let's just say you started Nembhard or D'Lo or whatever at the start of the season, and Coop kind of had the start to the year that he has had over the last few weeks where he's playing off those guys and playing really well. And then you do the Coop point guard experiment and maybe it fails and looks how it did in the first few games. You don't even like blink at it, right? You're like, yeah, whatever. I know how good. It's just when it's the first couple games and it's the first games of this guy's career, you just draft their number one. It's like, oh my God. Like, what am I watching?
It was just how bad the Mavs were. They were the worst offense by like 2 points. They were not winning any games.
Historically bad offense.
Yeah. Historically bad. We're just like, this is not working at a historic level.
Yeah. So that's where the frustration came, but it was justified frustration. But yeah, you just got to, like, Kidd, they practice with him. They had training camp. They know who he is. They know, like, yeah, once we put a guard in the lineup, this kid's going to be amazing. But, like, let's see the point guard stuff and see if maybe it could work out. And in a game like tonight, this is kind of what I talked about when it was, like, over the course of the season. I like Coop point guard stuff if it's in the flow of games or if it's during stretches. And that's what happened tonight. And you know what? It didn't work. It's the reason why they lost the game. Was because late in the game, Coop was gassed and
bringing up the ball.
The Mavs just got cold as a team, and Coop, they didn't have a guard out there. Coop was functioning as the point guard, and it led to some turnovers. It led to some bad shots. But you know what? I'm okay with that in the moment. I think it made sense to do it in that moment because he was at the best game of his career, and you wanted a close game, like close this thing out for us, and he was gassed. And it is what it's a very valuable, learning experience in this moment. If you lose this game, you lose this game. Like, realistically, who cares? And he had 42 points. Like,
started thousands and thousands of voices screaming out into the night.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I cared.
Like, this is my whole thing with the tank thing, where it's like, just play the games. Like, you're probably not good enough to make the playoffs or anything, but you're also not bad enough to sink into like the second worst record in the league. So just play, and whatever happens, and sit AD here and there strategically if that's the route you want to take.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little later because I want to talk about the Jazz. I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what's going on with them over there.
You mean Nurkic's rest game?
Nurkic's rest game after 2 days rest for the Jazz.
Yeah.
Right after the break from the cup.
And flaming a poor Jazz beat reporter for no reason on Twitter.
Yeah. Who got the slightly biased comparison, I think, unfairly.
Yeah, he did. Well, he's a good looking guy. I mean, I can't blame him.
Cooper Flagg, though, I mean, just an incredible game, an incredible one that we'll look back on. And a win would have taken it to another level, but let's just go down the stretch here. Mavs have an 8-point lead. Max Christie has a drive and a finish. 8-point lead with 3:30 left in this game. Right after Flagg drives right into Ace Bailey. He gets his 5th foul. Flagg had a post right floater to get his 36 point right before that. Like he's just doing crazy things. Mavs up 8, feeling good. Cooper Flagg getting close to 40. And then the challenge against Larry Markin in the offensive foul against Musa.
Tough overturn.
Tough one, but I guess, I don't know.
Probably the right call.
Also, Musa in the game because Daniel Gafford was at a minutes restriction and picked up 3 fouls and didn't look that great. Only played under 13 minutes. I don't know if that was I think his minutes restriction was like 17, 18, the normal kid minutes restriction, but
I'm honestly getting close to being in favor of shutting him down for a bit because it does not look good.
It's the ankle. Like I'm not gonna blame Gafford. It's like
I know that's what I'm saying.
He keeps trying to come back, and it's admirable, and you want him to keep fighting for it. But man, like if it's gonna just keep happening every time where you come back and like a couple of his fouls was because he was slow, right? Because the ankle is still not 100% healthy. Like let's get him healthy and then bring him back. Yeah. I'm with you.
I agreed. I mean, I don't know who's benefiting from this really.
Yeah, what are you benefiting from the 13 minutes of Gafford where he fouls a couple times, scores 2 points, a couple of assists, a couple of boards, but I mean it's kind of weird because it's clear and obvious that the Mavs are
smacking
himself with his hat.
That the Mavs are being very cautious with some of these injuries this year. And so it makes me wonder, like, if this is a pain tolerance thing. Regardless, it's just like...
Well, they're being cautious with some and not cautious with the other ones. Like, Gafford's, they just keep bringing him back every time.
Well,
every
that's what
chance
I'm saying.
they get.
I'm wondering if this is just like a pain tolerance type of injury versus like which is still like sucks to play with. I'm not like saying anything like that. I'm just saying if it's an injury where it's like, you can't really make it worse. So you can play on it if you want.
Yeah. Well, but it's making his play worse for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I'm here for shutting him down until he's healthy.
Yeah. Again. That's off. That's tough for the Mavericks. And then, so we go down the end and the Mavs just miss everything. Yeah. Jazz go on an 11-0 run. It's 124-127. Jazz have the lead after this run. After a wild possession with 54 seconds left, Naji Marshall drives. He doesn't take the floater. He's been money in the paint all game. He doesn't take the floater. Instead, he kicks it out to Klay. Klay kind of misses the ball and drops it, and then he picks it up. He's turned the opposite way, and he's done this a couple times late in games, and I just don't get it. He's turned away from the play, picks up the ball, turns around like no scopes the rim, and shoots the shot. Misses it. Utah scores in transition, and that makes it 127-124, the 11-0 run. Come right out of that timeout from the Mavs. Cooper Flagg drive and one. He misses the free throw, but it's only a 1-point game. Larry Markkinen hits a nuts corner, like doubled deep 2 in the corner, and then Cooper Flagg gets fouled, misses a free throw on purpose. Max Christie gets the offensive rebound. Clutches nails free throws by Max Christie there at the end, and then the Mavs go to overtime. But just that ending, like you could just tell over and over again, the Mavs offense just had nowhere to go. Nembhard dribbled the air out of the ball in one of them. Flagg missed a jumper against Keontae. Naji missed a floater. Flagg almost lost it on a double team, and PJ got blocked at the rim. It's just like over and over again. Like, man, what are they going to with this offense? It's like they just didn't have anything to go to when the Jazz decided, all right, we're going to wall off the paint with this zone.
Yeah, I mean, they just went ice cold, couldn't hit a shot, and the process kind of stunk a little bit. Part of it is, and we love him. It's been a great story. Nembhard does not look to score almost ever, really, unless it is a perfect opportunity for him to score. And as the lead guard, I think there are several opportunities late for him where it's like, you need to shoot that shot. I know maybe you're not that. I know your 3-point numbers so far this year have been insane. But I know, like, going back to college when you weren't really a high volume guy, maybe you're just not a comfortable 3-point shooter, but you got to take some of these shots. So I think that was kind of it. You had a bunch of guys deferring, and PJ, I don't know. I thought PJ had a pretty good game, but late he was missing just some shots you're used to him hitting. Yeah, I mean, the Klay shot was hilarious. It was a pretty good look, but he just rushed it big time.
Well, he turned around and he was kind of open. So you're like, oh, okay, get it. But it was just so fast that just the bang, bang from the turn one way to facing the rim to putting it up. Nembhard, I mentioned him in the text line where I sent notes out. It was a really big moment for him. This could have been a big like Nembhard clutch moment against a team where he was doing all right. I mean, he finished the game 14 points, 11 assists, only 4 turnovers. And a couple of them I didn't think were his fault. Fourth quarter and overtime combined. He played 12 minutes. How many shots do you think he took?
2.
4. 1 for 4. 2 points, 3 assists in 12 minutes in the fourth quarter and overtime. It's like, just wasn't giving you a lot. And that hurt him, I think.
Yeah,
having your lead guard be that.
I know that's, he's more of a facilitator and stuff, but yeah, I'm just looking at the clutch stats here. PJ 0 of 4, Klay 0 of 2, Nembhard 0 of 1, and 6:45 of clutch minutes. So only one shot in the fourth quarter and overtime, I guess. Coop 1 of 4. I mean, you really weren't making anything. So, yeah, it happens,
Wasn't that one shot didn't he have a heave?
Naji?
No, he had an airball heave, 2:41 left in the fourth quarter. He was dribbling the air out of the ball, couldn't get anything going, and then just chucked up that 3. And that's the only shot he took in the clutch and overtime.
There you go.
And so there you go. It was like he was forced to take it.
Yeah, I mean, so just moving forward, I would say, like, hey, don't be shy of taking shots, like especially in these moments. Hey, between you and me, we're probably not making the NBA Finals here, so like we'll live with you missing some shots.
Dare you? Coming up, I think Flagg learned something in his first 20-ish games that Ryan Nembhard may have to learn. Let's talk about that. And Max Christie, PJ, Naji, more. Locked on Mavs. Today's episode of Locked on Mavs brought to you by our friend over at Skims. Skims. When Skims announced they were making underwear for men, the reaction made perfect sense. People have been talking about Skims comfort for years. Now I have been talking about it for years, basically. Most guys they stick to whatever they've been buying since college. I'm telling you, that is a mistake. If you are a person that has been doing that, like, I just go back to the same 12 pack, the same 6-pack from Amazon or whatever, same waistbands, roll, and a whole lot of settling for stuff. We're not settling anymore in 2026. Not settling for bad shots, not settling for bad underwear. I tried Skims men's underwear and I got the hype immediately. I'm wearing them right now. It's great. Love it. Feel good. Everything feels good down there. And they're my go-to after you do laundry. You do a load of laundry and you're like, all right, here's the one thing that you're going to pick out. And I'm picking out Skims. Absolutely. Shop Skims men's at skims.com. When you place the order, choose podcast in the post-purchase survey and select our show, Locked on Mavs or Locked on NBA, whichever one, for the drop down to let them know that we sent you. Plus, the Skims holiday shop is open. So if you're looking for the perfect gift this season, Skims has you covered. Skims.com. Also brought to you by Wayfair. Talk about just like 2 back-to-back that I use all the time in my life. Wayfair is absolutely awesome. The holidays always show up faster than we expect. And if you're still putting together gifts, last-minute decor, or getting your home ready for guests, that is me. Wayfair has you covered. Whether you need a quick room refresh, new bedding, those final seasonal touches, Wayfair has all kinds of stuff. I've gotten multiple big furniture pieces from Wayfair. I've also gotten like little things from Wayfair. I think I got like this outdoor dog bed. It's supposed to be cooling. I got that from Wayfair. There's just all kinds of things. So go check out wayfair.com. See what you can get. There's all kinds of things for last minute home essentials, gifts for your loved ones, decor to celebrate the holidays for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now. Shop all things home. WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
All right, Slightly, let's talk about the Mavs loss to the Utah Jazz, 133. By the way, Mavs scoring by quarter, 43, 32, 24. And then fourth quarter got to 30 because there's some free throw battles on the end. But it just felt like the offense lost steam completely. I think Cooper Flagg learned something in his first 20 games or so that Ryan Nembhard may have to learn, is that you can't always take the 100% best shot. There's just not always going to be that in the NBA. Flagg, I think, has learned that sometimes, we talked about it at the top, like, you got to grift. You've got to take the advantage you can, get fouled, and just create points somehow, right? I think this is the one thing Kobe was like incredible at. He wasn't always super efficient. Go back to like the Celtics finals that he played in, that game 7, he's, like 7 of 26 or 30 or something like that. And you're just like, he's not efficient, but he's putting up points no matter what. Like, he is getting buckets. And I think that's something that every NBA scorer, if you're going to be a scorer at a high level, has to learn, is that you can't be 50, 40, 90. Like, Steve Nash got to that point. Dirk got to that point. Kyrie got to that point where you're able to do that. But when you're starting out, you create points however you can. And I think that's one thing. Like, Nembhard is not settling, and that's a good thing, but you can't always just go for the 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, that's LeBron's famous quote. 2 points is not always 2 points.
Oh, that's the one thing I will say this to the day I die, as long as I cover the league. The one thing I learned from Dirk Nowitzki, he would average like 24 points in a season, and then like Bradley Beal on the Wizards would average 24 points, and you'd go, those are completely different 24 points.
Yes, he got laughed at for that quote, but honestly, when he thought about it, was like, you know what? He's right.
He's right.
Yeah, like he's correct.
He may only read the first 10 pages of books, but he does know what he's talking about.
he when it comes to basketball, that guy's pretty smart. But
don't ask his agent anything about basketball.
Well, I mean, his agent's not wrong on his Lakers take. I'll just say that.
Yeah, that's true.
He's right, 100%. No, I mean, yeah, I agree with your take 100%. That Cooper has learned that over the course of the season so far, which is like, hey, man, these are NBA defenders, like you said. It's every shot's going to be hard. Like, you might get 1 or 2 pretty easy gimmies a game, but outside of that, you're going to have to create and take tough shots. And Nembhard's going to have to get to that point. And to be fair, Nembhard's never been like a volume scorer either, really. No. So, maybe that's just not something he's comfortable with. But yeah, I'd say in a game like this, I'm telling him, hey, man, if we lose the game, which we lost anyways, but if we lose the game because you went 0 of 3 or 0 of 4 down the stretch, then so be it. Like, I don't think anybody's going to be up in arms about that at all. So just go out there and shoot, and whatever happens, happens. I mean, we're obviously very, very confident in you as an undrafted rookie that you're starting games for us. We're like, D'Lo, go home. Like, obviously, you're a big part of our plans. So we're cool with you. The games like tonight, it just like the rookies sometimes have these games, and it's just like that game Luka had against the Rockets in December, his rookie year, where he took over late in the 4th, and it was like, oh my God, like, what am I watching? It feels like we're having this stretch with Cooper where it's just like, oh my God. Like,
it's that you thought one thing, and then a stretch of games or one game or even one run in Luka's case was like, oh, I am watching something completely different than what I thought that I was watching.
Yeah, it's just like, this guy is like, you just know sometimes. And there's outlier development stories in the NBA where guys go from maybe not very good early on or role guys and then develop over time. But sometimes with the stars, you see, and it's just, you watch them play immediately. It's like, oh, this guy is just different than any other young guy.
Yeah, you have your SGAs, your Giannis's, your, I guess even Jokic too, to a degree, and then you have your LeBrons.
And even then, those guys will have flashes where you're like, whoa.
Yeah, they did. What? They did have those for sure. But yeah, then you have your LeBrons and your Lucas, your guys. Yeah, your Webbies, your guys that come in right away and you go, oh, that's different than anybody else. And that's why we're talking about an 18-year-old, the youngest player in the league, as top 50, because it's different than what a lot of other players can put out there.
It's why we overemphasize the 18 thing, because it's like, this is nuts. Well, like, you're talking about the youngest player in the NBA.
We only have 6 more days to do it, Slightly. Do you know this?
Well, guess what? In 6 days, he'll still be the youngest player in the NBA. So.
That's true. That's what it'll turn into. We'll stop doing the 18 thing, and we'll just do the youngest player in the NBA.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, like, how good he is. I'm just imagining just his style of play. I mean, it'd be one thing if he's hitting threes and stuff, like his former Duke teammate, Con Knippel. Incredible rookie season. Yeah, like great. The best rookie season from a guard we've seen since Luka. Like, he's been that good and amazing. And still, you watch him and it's like, it's stupid to put a ceiling on Con Knippel with how good he's been as a rookie. But his style of play is just like, I think this guy's just going to be who he is right now, and just like take steps, obviously. But just like uber efficient guard who can shoot lights out, always knows where to be. Cooper's just like, I don't know what the ceiling is at all for this physical demon.
Yeah, it's because there are limitations to the size and limitations to like what abilities a sharp shooter like that has. Like Klay Thompson got to the peak of that.
Yeah,
didn't have
and Con could get there. By the way, I'm not taking anything away from him.
Yeah, but Klay didn't have the off the dribble stuff that looks like Con is showing yet. But
get so much D-book from him, man.
He got to the peak. Even Devin Booker got to the peak of that, and you go, all right, not an all NBA. It's not necessarily an all NBA player. It's not like your best player on a title team. Like there's some limitations to that, but you get a 6'9" guy that can, like as soon as he gets a shot, all the other stuff, like an elite defender, elite in clutch, can get to the line whenever he wants to. Really good passer too. Like you're just adding all these things to a player that, I mean, is just going to be a problem.
The thing that I just keep coming back to is it's like one of the biggest knocks was his finishing and his driving, where it's like he's so physical in college. Like, what is he in his bag? Isn't that deep yet? How is he going to realistically or consistently get to the rim in the NBA against NBA defenders? And he just bullies these guys, man. Like we've seen him bully big physical defenders, like great defenders. So that's why I'm just like, dude, when you put on muscle, because he's got the frame, he's got like the broad shoulder. Like when you put on muscle and grow into your frame,
like you have,
like me, exactly. And if you ever need any assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me in a lot of places. But when he gets to that point, like what are we going to be seeing? We didn't know Giannis. I'm just gonna throw this out there. We did not know Giannis is going to turn into the absolute force of nature, strength-wise, that he did.
Anthony Davis either, to put another example.
I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know what his ceiling is. Like, we're talking crazy.
It's great. Actually, Kyrie, is it great?
It's great. It's great, dude. Dude, it's great. It's great.
Oh, you want to know my just conspiracy take? Oh, wait, we've already done this on here. I think Kyrie's back. If Kyrie's not back this time in January, I'd be a little shocked.
January 15th?
Yeah. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, all the signs have pointed to he's doing great. He's around the team. I wouldn't be surprised either. But there you go. Go check out Slightly Biased, great YouTube channel. Haymaker.
Yeah.
New thing. Go check out that. That'll be good stuff. You have some great guests this week.
Nick's coming on Thursday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That's right. So we'll have that. Check the QR code, links in the description for different ways to support the show, including the Everydayers Club, as well as the text line. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked on Mavs. Peace out. Boom.
All-Star game?
Flagg?